want to talk about trickster spirits. Now, I know I've done a video before on trickster spirits, but in this video, I want to focus specifically on how a trickster spirit can affect your spell casting. So this was a case for a client, and it's a case for a lot of you who are already working with spirits and already spell casting with our level of spirits. So when you're casting spells sometimes and you get this relationship, you've built up a relationship with the spirit, you understand their energy. For example, I know what the energy of Lucifer feels like. I understand the energy difference between Lucifer and Astaroth. You know, if another spirit comes in that I'm used to working with, I understand the difference of their energy. So when you have spent all this time building up this relationship, understanding the energy, and then all of a sudden you're asking this spirit questions, and it seems like to be either a different spirit or leading you down a different track, it sort of like feels like a betrayal. And in this client's case, you know, she came to me asking for my thoughts on why this is happening and what we can do about it. So the first thing I said for her to do was to use a pendulum, a fresh pendulum, and ask us a number of questions, including asking if it is a trickster spirit, even though generally trickster spirits won't admit they're trickster spirits. I asked if this to ask the spirit if it is in fact blocking her spells, and questions surrounding that. Now, naturally, pendulums, you only get yes or no answers. So that's great, you get the yes or no answers, but when it actually comes to finding out more information or digging a little bit deeper, you have to be, and you're not a psychic medium, for example, you have to use other tools, and that's when you could crack out, for example, a Ouija board. Now, Ouija boards are notoriously difficult to use by yourself. You have to have that gift. And not all of us have it, and I can't always do it either, actually. But if you're the type of person that can just manifest that energy and the spirit can work through you to get the answers off a Ouija board, it's super easy, because then the spirit will just spell out, basically give you names and all sorts of answers, and it's absolutely fabulous when that happens. So I'll read you the response from my client, and she says, "Hey Savannah, I did talk with the trickster spirit, and he seemed more than willing to talk to me almost immediately with no hesitation. He agreed to speak with me on the spirit board." And she goes on to explain the situation, the answers that she asked on the spirit board, and the answers that the spirit said as the answers the spirit gave about that. And so this spirit called itself Tom, and spelt it all out and gave her basically lots of answers. It was a very successful session for her. The spirit did agree to stop interfering with the spells and to take off any blocks that may have been put up to prevent them from working. Now, I had also cast spells for her, and the spirit had blocked my work, or the work of Black Witch Coven, towards her case. Now, this is really common. I've done other videos about why love spells don't work, but there's many reasons why a spell may not work. And in this case, we've got a trickster spirit that is having fun with her energy, stopping it from coming towards her. And there's lots of reasons why, specifically with her, because she's very spiritually attuned, that they could be enjoying her energy. But to basically refresh and getting her connected with Astaroth, I asked her to get a different pendulum and because she is so spiritually attuned, and to use a different pendulum for each spirit that she could potentially work with. Now, Tom didn't feel threatening to her, and he could be a good spirit to build a relationship with. Even though he's a trickster spirit, he seems very willing to work alongside her. And so why not, after a time, if he's not causing any problems, why not use that spirit alongside you? If it has the power to work so well in one area, why not get this trickster spirit to help you in other areas? It's easier said than done, but it's definitely worth your time and effort if you have the ability to connect with this level of spirit. But for Astaroth, which is really important for her to have this relationship with, she feels that Astaroth is a male entity, which is absolutely awesome. And so get a new pendulum, consecrate that, and make sure that you use that pendulum only to work with Astaroth, and really trying to tune in and make sure that energy seems pure. So when you do receive responses from the spirit, you know it's from the spirit that you're actually working with. So that's the way I suggested this client work with this trickster spirit to get through this situation. If this is happening to you and that isn't possible, that you've got a trickster spirit that's really being problematic, then I suggest that you do a banishing ritual. We can do that for you, of course, but it's always better that you learn how to do this. If you're playing in this level of magic, you should go back and learn the basics, such as the banishing rituals and all these type of things. There's probably a set of maybe 12 spells that you should know off the top of your head before you start playing around in this level of magic anyways. Okay, catch you next time. Bye for now.